Emo Social Club. We're here with
Social me. Put me in the club.
We're here with Martin of Boys Like Girls.
Wonderful to be here. An honor and a pleasure. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So good. Take me back to 2008. Look at
Well,
this outfit. You look fantastic. Hey, can you start over? Do it all over.
Run it back. Emo Social Club. We're here with Martin of Boys Like Girls.
It's wonderful to be here. You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you
Your
so much.
Your outfit looks great. 2008. Take me back. Where are your phone dangles? We need them.
Somebody give me phone dangles, please.
Dangle me.
Dangle me. So, I can't take you back to 2008. I'll take you back to 2012, though, because the first time I saw you was at that weird Pop-Tart show with Carly Rae Jepsen.
Chicago. In Chicago. They gave us all a lifetime supply of Pop-Tarts. So for the next, 2 years, there were these boxes that would show up at my house, completely filled with multiple flavors of Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
The strange perks, the beautiful perks of the music industry.
I mean, listen.
It's real.
Can you still eat Pop-Tarts, though, after all of that?
I don't really eat wheat, and it has nothing to do with Pop-Tarts. I don't really eat sugar, but bless up to Pop-Tarts, and thanks for Lifetime Supply. I remember that show. It's great.
Yeah. I remember it was very fun. That was my senior year of high school.
Whoa. Dating me. Do it. Date me, mama. Date me.
Well, here's the thing. I've been listening to you since I was in high school, and I've seen you guys a lot. And you guys playing this weekend when we were Young Fest, a last-minute addition, but a very welcome addition. How's it been for you so far?
It's great. We got added 6 days ago. So we ripped a couple sound checks to get a 65-minute set shoved down to 45. Trying to play as many favorites as we can. I know a lot of people are playing albums front to back. We're not doing that. Didn't have enough time, and that's all right. We'll see you in 26. We're going to be probably doing some shows for our 20 year of our first record. So we're going to have to punt that down the line. Couldn't do it today. But, this is the epicenter of the world we grew up in.
Yes.
It's the epicenter. We're here. We're delighted to be. We're going to take 3 days off in Sedona, and instead we get to strut around and play music that we love, and I get to hang out with my best friends. It's that's a joy. We'll play any stage, anytime, anywhere. You know what I mean? As long as they're going to show up and they're going to watch and they're going to sing along, that's an honor, and we have the best job in the world.
I love that. So, with all these different songs that you have played over these years, and so many singles too that are really iconic, which one would be your favorite?
Right now, to play live, I am getting a lot of joy and satisfaction out of playing Blood and Sugar and Miracle off the Sunday at Foxwoods' newer record. Feels really good to play some new songs. I think the spiritual, intimate connection with people who are having an experience where they're escaping into music and specifically into their past. I really feel that in Hero Heroine and Thunder and, obviously Love Drunk 2 has been the one, The Great Escape. I think coming out of the dark after 12 years, in hiding or whatever, making music for other people or doing other things, coming back into this, making peace with the kid who wrote those songs at 18 was kind of an integral part of stepping into what it means to sort of be a legacy artist and not necessarily a pop culture, we're on the radio, TRL is on, and step into it at 39 and say we're going to deliver an experience that's a little bit more about stepping into the time machine. Let's go back in time. Let's have a really, really, really great theatrical performance and give you the windows are down. You're in high school.
Yeah.
The tape adapter's in. The iPod Generation 1 Mini is playing LimeWire illegally downloaded versions of the songs. And that's great. Let's go there. And, for me, it feels really good to see the crowd interacting with newer music. I also get the assignment right now, specifically at something like When We Were Young, right? It's not lost on me.
Yeah.
So I think that there's peace and love and peace, love, dope, 60s, baby, Field of Dreams quote. Anyway, just thinking Terrence Mann, James Earl Jones, what it means to be able to activate both sides.
Right.
Which is honoring the kid who wrote the songs that brought people to your stage, while also simultaneously exposing them to what you're working on now without holding too much ego about, you have to like our new shit. We're not going to play the old songs. Play the hit twice.
Yeah. You do that.
There's time for it.
Right
play the hit twice.
Right at the beginning, right at the end,
play
why
twice.
not?
Play
Run
3
it back.
times.
Run it back.
Dude, I remember when Limp Bizkit came out with Nookie, right? and it was like on MTV, and I was like a listener, right? And they like did this rooftop like secret performance where the cops got called, and they like played Nookie 3 times and like got off stage.
You know what? That's iconic behavior. And what you are doing is also iconic behavior.
Give the people what they want here. That's why you get to do what you get to do.
Exactly.
Dude, like we get to hum melodies for a living. So in that capacity, like I love the songs that are important to me for Boys Like Girls and that I'm deeply proud of, and like obscure album cuts off of Love Drunk or whatever that I wrote when I was blitzed out on whatever amphetamine. But I also honor and respect what brought us to the dance.
So we also have 3 questions that we ask everybody. So the first one is, what's the most emo song you're listening to right now? Stunned.
So this thing came across my Instagram algorithm. The kid is named McGee. It's like McGee, M-G-K-E-E. And he's got like heavy pedal work going on with his guitar. Couldn't be less emo, but it also so is. Hat's way down, can't see his eyes. Hair here. He's a younger kid. And it's like basically like him with like this electric guitar work that feels like a 2024 version of what would be the original, like, sounds like, you know, in the space of like 1975 or Laney, or sort of like this, like, you know, not 80s, but like modern pop, like heavy chorus pedal. But it feels like almost like a solo, like a Dashboard Confessional 2024. Beautiful album.
Yeah.
Super into it. And there's a Jimmy Kimmel performance of a song called Are You Looking Up that shook me. It's really good. So if there was like a younger kid that was like, this is more emo than this kid knows, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think he's doing some cool shit.
Awesome. So our other question is if you could go on tour with anybody, who would it be?
I hate this question.
Damn.
I think in my career I've been asked this question probably 650 times. And every time I don't know what to say because it feels like, it's like a dead or alive thing, right? So dead, you're like the Beatles. Alive, you're like, okay, so what would benefit our band the most, right? That's not necessarily the band you want to watch every single night, right? I don't know, dude. Right now, looking at the like modern state of like who the iconic arena bands are, Coldplay, Killers.
Okay.
Would be cool. Mostly because I'm massive fans of both bands, what they do, their live performances, the way that they take their music and their relationships internally as a band very seriously, and their live performances super seriously. I'm sure that there's some other ones that are in this world that would benefit our band more, but you know, I like, you know, doing an international run with, you know, My Chemical Fall Out Boy or something like that. I think the big ones probably, like, I would love to tour with U2. Be great.
U2. Okay.
You know, if I could have been on like the ones they did in the Sphere up the street.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Could have been in the Sphere band.
Fuck. I thought that could have been the best I've ever answered that fucking question.
There you go. And then our last question here is, what do you think the legacy of Boys Like Girls is now after all these years, and how it impacts the scene?
Great question. When we were bubbling and we were like writing our first album in 2005, there was a participation in a kiss the ring factor that like a lot of people didn't really realize what was going on. There was some kiss the ring stuff in regards to credibility that was very important. You could not be on a major label. You had to be on like Drive Through, Fueled by, Equal Vision Victory, Epitaph. I haven't heard Sell Out in like, have you heard? I haven't heard that in like 15 years. Nobody cares, right? Because people consume their music so quickly, one song at a time.
Yeah. And
you're listening to Morgan Wallen like the second before you listen to 303 who's standing right there. You know what I mean? Like nobody gives a shit. So we had to sort of cheat it. We signed to Columbia proper, and we had to like work backwards. We were distributed by Columbia through their indie distributor, which was called Red. And so we made up a record label with them called Red Records, which didn't exist, so we could be on the unsigned chart on MySpace while Columbia ignored our project and kind of let do it ourselves until we sold enough records that like they would kick on the engine and potentially take it to radio. I think what that did was it removed some dire need for manufactured credibility. And obviously 2 years later, like, it got flipped on its head and like it was like 4 on the floor, right? Yeah. And like hair that looked like a gigantic headdress and like neon, right? And like all of a sudden guitars were off the radio, right? So I don't know if like that means that it was the beginning of the end in some capacity, because it was like, let's skip alt radio, let's go straight to top 40 and MTV.
Yeah.
This is bubbling, let's ramsack them, you know? I don't know, I was 21, right? And I just wanted to sing pop melodies, and I went right from like doing musical theater and being in a ska band to being like, I think this is cool, and like making a record.
Okay.
So like, I didn't really know much other than I really loved like all these records. I was working at Hot Topic at the Salem Rockingham Park Mall in New Hampshire, and like it's 2002, I'm a sophomore in high school, and I'm like buying the songs the records they put on the rack, which is like this new band The Used, and the starting line, Say It Like You Mean It, and Taking Back Sundays, Tell All Your Friends, and like Brand New's Deja came out that year. Here's my access point.
Yeah.
I guess I wear girls' jeans from American Eagle now and a white belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, what is our legacy on the world? I don't know. Maybe we helped destroy it.
You know what? That could be.
Or
good
maybe we were an integral part of getting it out of the shadows and bringing it in to a mainstream culture space that still exists today, where 16, 17-year-olds, much like us in high school, were discovering vintage music, can go on Spotify, click on an Emo Forever playlist and say, you know, I really like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the vintage store and I'm going to see if they've got a Boys Like Girls shirt for $8.99 that they released, some ugly multicolored thing they released in 2008 with thumb holes. I don't know. I love this world. I love that we were embraced by this world. I don't know if musically we even belong, but you know what, man? It's part of who we are. It always will be. I'm grateful for everything it did for us. I'm grateful for stepping into Warped Tour 07, and everybody's glaring at us because we were starting to bubble on TRL. And, you know, we started on the side stage, and all of a sudden we're like getting bumped to main, like, and by the end we're high-fiving everybody. And now we look around 20 years later, everybody's friends. Everybody's rooting for each other. Everybody's just happy to be here. A lot of us have kids. A lot of us has families. And 20 years later, we're still singing these melodies for a shitload of people.
Yeah.
What a gift, man.
That's awesome.
What a gift, man. Sorry for the long answer.
No, you're fine. And then before we let you go, where can everybody find you and Boys Like Girls online?
They know the answer to that question. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.